I'm here with Debbie Portell, owner of Integrity Training Systems. I want to talk a little bit today about keto adaptation and the keto diet. I hear a lot of people talking nowadays about being on keto or in a state of ketosis, words that are related to that. I know that you have been helping people not only do nutrition, but learn keto adapted diets or how to get into a state of ketosis for almost 10 years now. People have actually given you grief in both the bodybuilding world and the health world for doing keto type diets and told you that you're wrong, but now suddenly all these studies are coming out kind of proving them right, and people are starting to pay more attention to it. So I know you've done keto in the past yourself, but I want to talk a little bit recently, within about the past 12 weeks, on how you have keto adapted yourself and what effects that has had on your life.
Well, for those of you who listen to the radio show, you probably already know that I have an autoimmune disease. I have what's called Hashimoto's disease, and basically it's an autoimmune disease of the thyroid, so it ultimately ends up attacking my thyroid to the point to where it downregulates, but it also can cause a continual process of different viruses within my system. And I have done a really good job over the years of working with specific practitioners and getting myself to a point to where I can stay healthy all throughout the year. I also work with clients that have autoimmune disease and have for years in trying to be able to calm down their immune system based off of, lowering histamine levels from the foods that they're having. What I have found over the years is that using nutritional ketosis or a ketogenic style diet or lifestyle is most effective for improving autoimmune symptoms and for just calming down the immune system. So what I found was about 3 months ago, I was waking up and my eyes were super swollen every day. My fingers were swollen. My arms were holding a lot of water, and my lower part of my stomach was holding water. And I was eating a perfectly clean diet. I woke up every day eating eggs, and I had a little bit of fruit, and then I would have chicken and green beans for lunch. I would have some nuts in the afternoon, and I would have maybe turkey and some broccoli or turkey and some Brussels sprouts or something for dinner, using olive oil and good fats all throughout the day. And I was weighing around 140 pounds, and I exercised probably 4 times a week and did cardio 5 times a week at the time, and I could never get under 140 pounds. I just accepted that that was the weight that I was. I didn't necessarily feel I was overweight by any means, but I couldn't understand why I continued to remain so swollen no matter what I did. So I went to the homeopathic practitioner that I go to, and I explained that I truly felt like there was something wrong. I thought that maybe I had sincerely had cancer, or that something very serious was wrong, because I felt that my immune system had completely really just gotten into an overload mode because my lymph system just wasn't draining properly. And so she started testing me for every food that I was having, tested me for chicken, which I had every day, and I was having an allergy to it. She tested me for nuts, I was having an allergy to it. She tested me for eggs, I was having an allergy to it. So I changed my food to the point to where I started having grass-fed beef. I started having organic turkey as my primary protein sources, but because I changed to grass-fed beef on a daily basis, I decided to go on a more ketogenic diet, which I've always done to calm down my immune system, which meant I was stripping out all the sugar. I went from a sugar burning mode to a fat burning mode.
Which is also going to include carbohydrates, correct?
Correct. So I wasn't having any more sweet potatoes, I didn't eat rice, I didn't eat bread, but I also took out all of the fruit as well and any starchy vegetables. But not only did I modify that, I also modified the amount of vegetables that I have. So I try to stick at about 20 grams of carbs or under, and I definitely feel best when I stay under 20 grams. So I even have specific vegetables like zucchini over broccoli because it's lower carbs. So I'm very specific about what I'm doing, and then I make sure I get the right fats in. So I do what's called an intermittent fasting diet. So I wake up to a cup of coffee with some coconut oil in that coffee. I blend it up and I have a little bit of stevia, and I drink that throughout my morning with another cup of green tea with a little bit of coconut oil in it. And I have my first meal meal at noon. And my first meal is 3 ounces of grass-fed beef, and that's all I have is 3 ounces because too much protein ultimately converts to glucose as well. And then I have a cup of maybe a little bit of cauliflower and a little bit of zucchini with some MCT oil. Medium chain triglyceride is what MCT is short for. And I put that on my vegetables, and then I have my grass-fed beef with it. I repeat that in the afternoon, and then for dinner I do the same exact thing, only I do it with turkey. Within a 3-month period of time, I went from 140 pounds to 113 pounds. John guessed that I was 112 pounds. I got on a scale and saw 113. I can't remember the last time I was 113 pounds. When I competed as a bodybuilder, I competed at 108 pounds. And that was in 2006. So I haven't been anywhere near that weight since then.
Not to mention that when you did that, you had water pilled like most bodybuilders do,
right,
and depleted yourself of water. So
and carbs.
If you were to do that now, you would probably be lower as well.
Right. But the biggest thing is I'm not trying to lose weight. I haven't set out to lose weight on this plan. I just tried to get healthy and to feel well and to not feel swollen every day of my life. I would watch John and Sophie on the weekends have, gluten-free pizza, gluten-free cookies, and I never even partaked in that, even though it was gluten-free. I never even had any of it, and yet I was still feeling swollen every day. There's no one magical diet for any one person, but one thing I can tell you is there is a lot of buzz about a ketogenic diet. There's a lot of good things about a ketogenic diet, and there's some not so good things about what is out there about a ketogenic diet. You need to go to someone that really gets it and really knows it and really lives it. The one thing I can say about Integrity Training Systems is that it's not just me. We have multiple trainers here that are on a ketogenic style diet and that have been and have made it a lifestyle, a successful lifestyle. We work with companies like Pure Plates where they can prepare your meat for you ahead of time, to make this a doable process. But what I can tell you is I feel the best that I have felt in years. And it isn't just because I'm 113 pounds, it's because I'm not inflamed anymore. But my body isn't holding an extreme amount of water. And for whatever reason, I was in a state of attack. My immune system was just consistently attacking itself. So what I'd like to do is just continually provide more and more information on a state of ketosis and a ketogenic diet. And as John said, I have more than been criticized for putting people on ketogenic diets over the years. There's no question about that. I mean, I think I'm nationwide in multiple states of critics that have gone against me. But it isn't all that I do. I also juice with people. I fast with people. I give people Subway sandwiches. I do everything with people when it comes to nutrition. But one thing I can tell you, an autoimmune protocol and a ketogenic diet and intermittent fasting has been life-changing for me. And I do nutrition for a living. So it has genuinely altered my life for the good.
So we're going to talk about this a little bit more next week. We're going to wrap up now. I'd like to kind of go into a little bit deeper explanation of what a state of ketosis is and what it means to truly be keto adapted and how that can actually be different for different people. But that'll be what we talk about next week. Debbie, thanks for your time. We'll look forward to talking to you then.
Thank
you. If you have any questions for Debbie Portell and you're interested in her 12-week nutrition program, just give us a call at 636-299-2208. Thank you.
Or take a look at our new website at integritytraininggroup.com.